One of the questions that we had was, if somebody has been on birth control for a lot of years, when do you suggest that they stop taking birth control if they are trying to conceive?
When they're ready to conceive.
Okay, so because there's rumors, there's conversations about I need to let it weigh out for a year and a half a year or anything like that, or you don't see any correlation between that?
No, the only thing that factors into difficulty in trying to get pregnant is waiting to get pregnant, right? So our ability to get pregnant is at its greatest when we're younger, just by default, right? Because we're born with a certain amount of eggs. And the interesting thing is, we're born with a certain amount of eggs, and by the time we get to our first period, we've lost the majority of them. Like, we're born with like something crazy, like I think it's like 4 million eggs, right? And by the time you get to your first period, okay, so
Right.
anywhere from like 9 to, like, say, like 12 years old, you're
Mm-hmm.
already down to 500,000.
Oh,
So
wow.
you lost so many eggs before you were even at a place where you could actually use them, right? And then every single day you are losing an egg, right? Every single day you're losing eggs. So whether you use them or not, they're leaving. They're coming to the surface and they're just disintegrating. And
Okay.
so when we get our actual period, multiple eggs try to run to the surface to get recruited, but only one is strong enough and only one gets big enough to actually be released. So let's say 10 run to the surface, but only one gets released. That means you just lost 9 in that process.
Wow.
And that's just in 1 month.
So would you say it's actually your chances of getting pregnant each month are actually pretty small?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They say for a couple having regular unprotected intercourse, your chances of actually having a live baby out of that situation is like less than 25%.
Oh, wow.
Right? And you think about it, there are people that are having sex all the time. There are people that are having sex just once. Some people are like once every couple weeks, like whatever. Out of all of that, it only happens like maybe at best 25% of the time where you actually get a live human from it. And that's not including miscarriages.
Right, right. Now, is there a window like between your cycles? Is there like an ovulation window?
Oh, absolutely. So it's usually anywhere from 10 to 14 days after the first day of your period. So if, let's say, today is your first day, 10 to 14 days from today, you're going to start ovulating. And so you should be trying to have sex during that time. Some people say every day have sex, some people say every other day have sex, but just try to get some sex in and you'll do good. But a woman only releases one egg.
Right. Now, do the ovulation kits, are you guys a fan of those? Do you feel like
Oh,
they help
yeah.
guide that whole journey if you're, proactively trying?
Yeah, no, I definitely, if you're actively trying, for sure, the ovulation predictor kits are good. Mostly for people that don't have really regular cycles. So people that are like, oh, it comes every like 24 days. Sometimes it's like every 32 days, But then there are some women, they're like every 28 days, like clockwork. Those are people you can be like, no, you probably don't need the kit. But the people that have more of a range, like it's plus or minus a week, those are the ones that matters because that week can be the difference between you getting pregnant and you missing the window.
Is there any caution or conversation about people who are trying to get pregnant now in this climate?
Honest to God, more than likely, there's going to be a huge surplus of babies that are about to happen come November, December.